We are live. Hello, everyone. Good morning or good evening, wherever you are watching. So, we are here for another episode of Real People Equals Real Stories. Together today, I have Bona from London. I think London, right? Lona?
Switzerland, Zurich, Switzerland.
Oh, yeah. Suchilan. Sorry about that.
No problem, dear. We're live.
I'm so grateful that you are here with me and sharing your little bit about you and how you find this online digital world. Okay, so would you like to introduce a little bit?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Michelle, for your invitation. And I'm so grateful to be here tonight. And thank you, everyone, for watching us right now. I can just simply say that I came here in Zurich 5 years ago with my family, and life was not so easy. It was just based. We come from Italy, or originally I'm from Albania, but we were in Italy. I
Mm,
was myself in Italy for more than 22 years. This is where I met my husband. And then we had our wonderful children. Now they're teenagers, 19 and 18 years old. And but life didn't go so well back when we were in Italy after COVID. My husband had lost his job, and so we came to Switzerland for a better life. I worked as a nanny. I was an English teacher back then in Italy, but here I started as a nanny with my English and so on. And I actually teach languages. I also speak Greek, Italian. I've been in Italy for 22, more than 22 years, but Greek, Albanian as well. So I love languages. I study languages, and now I'm learning German as well. Now the reason
wow.
why we came here because my husband lost his job with COVID in Italy. We were like
Mm,
everything was shut down, and so my husband lost his job, and I was not working anymore. We had to basically just switch to another way of doing. So we said we cannot deal with that anymore. We moved to Switzerland because it was closer and because of the better paid jobs. And there were obviously more jobs as well, easy to find a job. And this is why we ended up here. But we're
wow.
happy now. It was a very hard beginning. The beginning was very hard with two teenagers. They didn't want to move to Switzerland. It was really hard. We had to somehow just keep it up. And it's been quite a journey, but now we're happy and we're doing very, very well. My children go to schools and they are doing absolutely great.
Wow, that's amazing. I love
Thank you.
Italy. We're looking forward that we can have visit Italy soon. But you know that sometimes or as a TEFL teacher, you have a great experience with that, right? I love teaching too. I was in way back 2011 to 2014. I have some groups of people. I just go house to house tutor and
Amazing.
languages. Oh, speaking of languages, I love that. Well, same as me. I love to learn languages, and
That's amazing.
I have
That's
a friend from
amazing.
Germany. Actually, she's from Ecuador. I know she's
Mhm.
watching too.
Wow.
And
Great. Then we can say hello to
um,
your friend.
hello. And we met each other here in Spain, and we just have she teach me how to speak Spanish, and
Wow.
um,
That's
uh, me also I was helping her child for English. And then later on, he went to Germany and I said, hey, I want to study German. Like, hey, so sometimes he called me, sorry, she called me and said, hey, you speak in German. I say, hey, I don't understand. But actually, that's fun. Little by little,
Sure.
you have idea how to speak other languages. Even
Sure.
the own dialect of here in Spain, we have various dialects from Castellana, Valenciana. But when you're speaking with that and you understand a little bit, it's enjoyable, right?
That is absolutely correct. Like with the same with me here in Switzerland, because here the German it's okay if you speak German, but Swiss people they don't speak like the German like they speak in Germany. They
Yeah,
have
it's
their
different.
Swiss
Yeah.
German, which is very hard to understand if you haven't been going to school or haven't you were not like grown up here, and it's a bit difficult. Like my children now they do understand because at school they have got friends, they have learned it. Myself, I only if the German that I speak is the High German, but I enjoy that now that I understand more. I'm enjoying that. Before I was like, oh, what are they saying? And I've
Yeah.
been a teacher for so many years, so I know how it feels, when you don't understand very well. And I'm enjoying that a lot now that I'm learning. Yes, it's absolutely amazing. I love it.
And that is a huge advantage when you speak a lot of languages,
It
because wherever
is.
you go, you can understand the people that you can meet that speak the language that you speak. So, how I have a questions. Why did you start an the online world,
Yes.
digital world?
Yes. Now the reason I'm here then I started it was simply because I was working. I mean, we came here and we were obviously having difficulties because we were immigrants, and as like all immigrants, when you go to a new country, you've got to just start everything from scratch, and it's not so easy, especially
Mhm,
when you've got children and you've got to work more, you've got to work harder. But at the same time, I mean, my husband and me, we were both working long hours, especially me. I remember myself like sometimes even 20 hours a day, 24 hours a day as a nanny. And that was absolutely too much because I was not able to just come back home and say hello to my children, hug them, and just, be present for them. And that
mhm,
made me really, really think about, was this the life that we really wanted when we came here to Switzerland? Yes.
yes.
Okay, we came here for a better life. In Italy, we were having financial troubles. It was after, with COVID, my husband lost his job, and so on. But still, that was not. I mean, we had a home. It was different. We had relatives. Here we had no one, and my children had to go nowhere. So they only
Mhm,
had us. And with me missing so many hours from home and working like at the weekends from morning 5 o'clock in the morning until like 9, 10 o'clock in the evening, I was never at home basically. And at some
mhm,
point we just ask ourselves, is that okay? Our children happy here? Is this what we want to go and continue doing with our lives? And this is when I started looking for something different, something which could give me
mhm,
more
something
time
different.
for my family, for my children, but
Mhm,
like basically for like everyone of us, because we really needed each other and we didn't have that connection anymore. I felt like,
mhm,
I was missing so much on that. And this is how I started looking for something online. And this is how I came across to this opportunity, which was simply, to me, it looked like it was, oh my goodness, fantastic. I've never seen such a thing. And I was so happy. When I met my mentor, I remember now, I saw this ad and I said, oh my goodness, I think this one is the right one for me. I've been looking for so many years, but I was a bit skeptical initially about the online world, and it
mhm,
was not easy. But with a mentor, when I had this conversation, I felt, oh, this is good, this sounds so good for me, and I just went for it. I was looking for it. I was desperate. I needed to change the
yeah.
way that I was working and do something for my family. This is what made me switch to this online world, and
Mm.
I'm so happy to have done that choice, yeah, to have made that.
That's amazing. I feel you. I feel you because the moment that I found
Thank
a
you.
business, I also like, oh my gosh, I can't sleep that time. Well, it took me long to take to take action, but when I was there, I think every day when I was watching, I said, oh my gosh, what's really going on in this online world? What's it's bothering me. I have the intention that this is the kind that I am looking for, but I a bit skeptical at the first. But then later on, when I am already inside, I said, oh my gosh,
It
I
was
asked myself why I didn't started
before.
3 months ago when I found
Yes.
this.
I was saying the same because even me, I mean, I like the idea. I said yes, but I didn't have the time to just
Yeah.
start because obviously there is a training. You've got to go step by step with the training. And I said, I don't have the time to do that. How can, and I'm not such a technological person. So
Mhm,
am I going to do it? Will I be able? So I had my doubts and the fear was there, but it was mostly because of the, and I was, but that was basically the because of the time that I didn't have. And then at
mhm,
some point, I said, if I don't move now, things are never going to change here. And this is how I took the step. It was not the immediate one. I liked the idea, but because I
yeah.
didn't have enough time, I said, well, I'm
Yes.
not sure this is for me just because, I don't have the time. I mean, it looks good, but at the same
Mhm,
time, do I have enough time to do that? But at
yeah,
some
I
point,
know.
things just kept going and going the same. I said, it's going to be forever the same if I don't move now.
Yeah.
This is going
Yes,
to take
that's
ages
true.
and I'm going to be at the same at the same stagnant waters, and I'm not going to change anything here. And my children are going to be, grown up, and I'm not going to miss. I'm going to miss everything. I'm not going to see them. I'm just, missing so much, and it's going to be the
Mhm.
same forever. And this is how it happened, and I'm so happy. At least I changed. I would have been happier if I had started earlier, but still, I am okay. I think I can still make it. I said I'll do the best of it, and I just went for it.
Now, yeah, you're thinking that before you start the business, you are so busy person, and now what happened because you added another another work for you, like from your working that job that you have from the English TFL, teaching English. Now you are working with this one. How do you balance everyone? How do you
Sure.
balance everything?
Thank you for the question, Michelle, because this is a great question for me. I was working basically when I came back from work, like nights at night. I
Mm-hmm.
started doing the training, but it was basically when I came home, and it was always nighttime. So I sacrificed my sleeping time, and I tried to just start. But as I went ahead with training, I felt so good because I was learning so much. I was doing all of the steps. I was doing that on my own, and I was
Mm-hmm.
learning. I was
Mm-hmm.
growing, and it felt so good. And I just took my computer with me, like every time I went to work and on the trains and buses. The only time I didn't work when I had to make change from one train to the other. Otherwise, I was there with my laptop and trying to just go ahead with my training. It was heavy because I had my backpack always,
Yeah,
packed.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm happy because I managed to go through it, and now it feels so much better to have done so. But yes, what has changed right now, there is structure in my life. Before, I was running up and down. There was
Mm-hmm.
no
Mm-hmm.
strategy, there was no structure, there was no purpose. Right now, there is a purpose. I know what I'm doing. I know that I'm building something for my family, for my children, for myself. And this takes a bit of time initially, to get onto
Yeah.
the track. But once you do it, you understand that this is the way. It's made me change the way that I structure the day. And the time is the same, 24 hours per day. But I feel so much better now. And I don't have that, anxiety anymore about the time, because
Mm-hmm.
I know that in the
Mm-hmm.
morning I've got to do this and that and that. And so in the evening and afternoons, I'm so well organized now. Time is the same, but the way that I have changed and moved around is what made me have more flexibility, is the purpose that you have in your life. And also the mindset. You change and
Mm-hmm. The
say,
mindset.
okay, this is very much important, because oh, I've got so much to do. What do I do? Well, I say, well, I've got this and this and that. I will start and see where it goes and how it goes. He's been going so well so far, so it can be done. if i
Yeah,
did it
yes,
if i
yes.
did it because I was very, very, very busy person. I've been working full time for so many hours. Now I've changed that. I'm not working that much anymore. That is, I am so proud of that, not working that
Mm-hmm.
many hours. But I also, managed my time differently, and I totally changed my schedules and everything, and it now is working very well.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. Me
Thank you.
as well. I feel you because when I was starting the business, I'm just like everything was you, every stress you got, every disappointments when you got missing in one work from one another, and then you need to start again or look another one. But when I started the business, it changed. It changed the way how I look and how I program my own schedule and how I can manage and control my emotion actually, because through our community we hear that we so much thing for other people sharing on how you can control, become relax your mind, and that's the mindset that's really amazing. The number one thing that we change and the power that we give us to control our time is really amazing. And when I started my business, I really honestly said that I have a lot of questions in my mind, right? Like how I can cope up everything from this one to another, how I can build this one from this one. And especially when you are now in our online world, to those of you who are watching us, when you go in online world alone, you will lose because you don't have the process or the training or the proven system that you are uh, aligned to follow. But here in our community is different. We are given that step by step beside for mentoring and coaching. And I feel so much um, great, powerful mindset for each of the people who are sharing in our community. And I'm so grateful of that. So I want us to, Buna, do you have any advice for those people who are watching us wherever they are right now?
Absolutely. As you mentioned, the community was also my strength. I felt it from the very first day, from day one. And whatever I sent, like the message that I shared in our group, in our community, I got answers from all of the places, so many answers, multiple answers, and people trying to help and getting nothing in change. Just
Mm,
people, being happy for your success. And this was what made me really happy and made me love what I'm doing right now. Yes, what I my advice for people out there watching us would be, the one that I didn't actually pay attention straight away, not because I didn't want to, but because of the time. I was always thinking, I don't have the time, so I'd wait like for about 6 months until I took the first step. And I said, oh, now I did it, it's a bit late, but it's still okay. I just do not want the people to do. I don't consider it as a mistake, because we
mm,
are all different and we come from different backgrounds and we have different family situations. So it's not easy to do, you cannot judge people. I'm not
yes,
judging myself,
yes,
but I
that's
would have
true.
wanted now, start. If I could have started earlier, it would have been better for me. This is what I'm thinking. So I just want people not to lose, it's losing time, because this is, it's waste of time basically, because I just was wasting my time,
Mhm,
and nothing, we're never going to be ready 100%. I was not ready when I took the step. No one is, because things, they are never perfect in life. They're never going to be that perfect. So if we're waiting for a perfect moment, that is probably never going to come, and it didn't come for me, it didn't arrive, but I made it, that perfect moment myself, organizing my life differently. So for all of the people watching us today, and if they're willing to take the step but they are not sure about it, I would say just go for it. If you think that you want to change your life, if you're willing to change your life into the better, and if you think that you've been there for a long time like I was, but your life was the same, and you cannot deal with it anymore, you're not happy anymore, then probably this is, the right moment to do that. Because after this, you're not going to be on your own, you're not going to be
mhm.
left alone, like Michelle mentioned, because there is such a great community behind us. Oh, it's amazing, and
Amazing.
mentorship and coaching and everything. But what I feel is, we often we do not probably appreciate as much the power that community has got. I mean, many people probably, they do not understand exactly what the power is out there of this community, but it's enormous, and this power is what keep someone going, and is it's it's got a very positive impact on people. Like, I speak to so many partners all over the world, and they have exactly the same idea about that. They feel the community is something very close. So this is absolutely what I would say. Take the first step. We're not going to be ever ready, but you're not going to be on your own. If you're willing to learn, you're going to be learning, you're going to be growing and change your life for the
Yeah,
better.
yeah, that's all. When you are curious to something that we are doing, just message Bona. So I call him Bona because I want to be called
Absolutely.
Bona.
Sure. Everyone
And
calls me Bona. Yes, that's right.
yes,
Thank you, Michelle.
so I I think that's all we can share in this episode. The real people equals real stories. And thank you so much, Bona, for sharing. And I really appreciate your time and hope to connect with you also in the same in other time, right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Michelle, for the invitation. I'm so happy and so grateful to have, met you here today. Now we for sure are gonna meet again, and I'm
Yeah,
so happy. I've got now, some other friends around the world,
friends.
because we are not simply partners around the world. We become friends. We become. It's the
Mm-hmm.
other
Yeah,
amazing thing is that we feel so close one to the other, even while we don't, we don't live at the same place, in the same country, and we don't probably speak the same language, but we're talking in English now anyway. I feel you, and I feel you so close, and this is amazing. Thank
looking
you.
forward
Thank
to
you.
see you in Portugal.
Absolutely. I love Portugal and I love Portuguese.
Yeah.
My daughter adores Portuguese, and she was telling me, I want to go on holiday to Portugal, mommy, next time. So, yes,
Oh.
absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so
All
much,
right. Thank
Michelle.
you so
Thank
much,
you.
everyone. See you in the next slide. Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you all. Bye bye. Bye
Bye. Thank
bye.
you.
Thank you.